in 2026, I will be sitting out and not being in Refin reviews for this year. I just think it's best that way you guys can also critique me. You guys, I'm in the learning tree still, so I want to sit back and let you guys teach Refin review. So I just feel it's best in this year coming forward, the show, that I'm gonna sit on Refin reviews if you guys are good with that.
Oh, so we can critique you too.
You could, yeah, of course.
I think this is a great idea. Great.
So
Well,
there you go.
Brian would jump all over that. Come
Oh,
on.
I can't wait.
So, anyways, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit and listen like the fans are of the show in the learning tree myself, and just let you guys critique or talk about the positives and the negatives of all the Refin reviews this year. So there you go.
And that means you say nothing no matter what, right?
Yep, means I say nothing.
Okay, perfect. This is even better.
He's going to have to mute. He's going to have to mute.
Yeah, I will mute. I will mute.
Well, this is going to be very, very interesting. So we'll send it up to our Refin review right here on Refin It Up.
This is Refin Review.
Welcome back to our Refin review right here on Refin It Up. Brian, man, we saw a match from World's End over at AEW between Okada and Takeshita with Paul Turner as our referee. I think this is a spot that everybody's pretty much has seen if you've been on the internet at all. But it was, this is weird even saying it, but it was Okada grabbing, I believe it was a screwdriver, right? Yeah. And pulls it out of his tights, goes to hit Takeshita with it. And Paul Turner just basically goes, whoopsie, and just turns. Not to see it, even though it was for like a second. What do you make of this, man?
Well, I mean, what do I make of it? I think it's absolutely ridiculous, implausible, stupid, unnecessary. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Everyone saw the spot happen. Everyone in the crowd. I wish I could give you video footage for you guys out there listening that you could go back and watch if you haven't seen it, and just listen to the fans shit. I mean, completely like diarrhea, like all over this arena after this spot. It was just awful. So he goes to use this thing, and apparently Paul goes, oh, shit, he's going to use this. He turns away for a second, maybe two, but maybe not a second or 2 seconds long enough, because he turns around and sees the spot happen anyway, which makes no fucking sense. And we go right into a finish from that spot that is visibly seen by the senior referee, Paul Turner, who normally does a fantastic job. Paul, you're way better than this, brother. There were certain things you could have done, many things you could have done to avoid seeing that thing at all cost. I don't know what happened in the match to maybe make you think that you could turn around that fast. I don't know. All I can tell you is this. What I do know is it made no fucking sense. Made you look like a complete tool bag. Made you look completely like just like I don't know the word. You saw the finish happen in front of you. That was a cheated win, and you still went down and counted 1, 2, 3. The fans felt it. I even think the talent felt it. It's not their job to protect themselves in a spot like that. It's kind of your job. And I'm not calling you out, Paul. You know I love you. I'm just saying, but this was a horrible, horrible take on this match as far as a referee goes. I don't know what else to say, Jimmy, without getting crazy or nasty, because I'm not trying to get that way. We're here to critique. Right. And I'm just thinking to myself that this could have been so avoidable. It's not even funny. Yep. And it was horrible for the match, for the finish, and for the fans.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I will disagree with one thing you said, Brian. Just one little thing you said.
Okay.
You said it's not the talent's job to protect the referee, and yes, it is. They have to do their best to allow the referee to do his job properly as well.
Well, and not in that spot though, James.
But what Okada did was, at first, when he discreetly pulled that screwdriver out from his tights, after that, he might as well been waving it around like it was like dollar bills in a strip club. I mean, like it was that blatant.
Yep.
So Paul Turner just looked like he's like in his mind he's going, "What the hell's he doing? Can't you try and hide it a little bit?" And then he turned his back for a second, and he turned back, and it's still there. And I get why he didn't call for the bell because of the ramifications of the C2 tournament, which is an interesting name for it, by the way. We'll get to that later in our second count. If you change the finish now, you don't get the Okada Moxley matchup that they want. But with Moxley going over anyways, call an audible. What the hell? It looked horrible. And it made Paul look really bad. And it fell on both of them, not just one. That was a collaborative effort of foobarishness.
So, Jimmy, I have to come back at you for 1 minute.
Okay.
Not to be right and not to be wrong. Just
Mhm.
just when I was being brought up and being trained. Oh yeah, that's right. Daniel's not in this. I can say it. Being trained by my father, Earl Hebner. Oh God, he can't say a word.
He wants to unmute so bad.
Oh, he better not. He better not. But he told me to never trust the talent and to trust myself and to cover my ass. And that's what I was meaning when I said that. You're right. You're right what you said. You're right what you said. The talent, it is supposed to cover you. But what if they don't? You always have to be prepared. Be prepared if they don't. Like on a 1-2 kick out, somebody's supposed to dive in. You can't depend on that, right? You have to depend on yourself. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
That was the only reason why I was saying what I said. You are correct, but you're also in another way in my training, maybe not as correct, because if you don't look out for yourself, who's going to look out for you? That was the training process I went through.
And the way that thing was set up, the setup completely was just, it left Paul hanging out in the wind. It's like I'm trying to think of what could have been a nice backup plan for him, other than doing a Benny Hill. Oops, I tripped and fell down.
Still would have been better.
Probably.
Still would have been better.
Yeah,
well, that's one way of putting
it. But let's just put it this way and say, oh boy, that was not good.
It wasn't.
No.
Poor Paul.
Yeah.
I believe this was from Raw, correct, Jimmy, with Dan Danilo?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll set it up, and then you can certainly, and you'll can take it from there. But we talked about it privately that he missed an opportunity during the Becky and Maxine match that was for the IC title, correct?
Not just him. I think him and Becky and the match itself and the story itself there was a missed opportunity here. It was when they were in the corner and Maxine was down. Becky dropped a leg off the top rope and covered. And when she covered Maxine, her leg was clearly way under the bottom rope. And Danilo counted, 1-2, the kick out. There was a great opportunity for Dan not to count right there and have Becky blow a gasket. And this whole conspiracy theory, even you are against me. I know that Jessica Carr is against me. Now I know that all the referees are against me, this entire company, just go absolutely crazy and help further that storyline. It just would have been a nice little touch, I think, to add a little bit. I know it was something that probably wasn't discussed as happening in the match, but you had an opportunity there. And it's Netflix. You're not constricted for time. I think if they'd have just thought about it for a few seconds, they could have done it, pulled it off nicely. Kind of like they pulled off the finish. I like the way they pulled off the finish, the way she hid holding that rope and the positioning of everybody there so nobody sees it. The referee doesn't see it. That was nice. But I'm just saying that one spot where he maybe could have refused to count and have Becky just lose it on him would have been a nice touch.
All right, so let me start on this. I absolutely love the finish. I really did, and I think you're right. I think it was done well. I really, really do. It seemed very like no big deal, but it was a big deal. Like it covered everybody. And I group text you guys that I love the finish. It covered everybody. No one looked stupid. The thing about the leg under the leg. The thing about what did I say?
Leg under the leg.
Under the rope. The leg under the leg. Yeah.
No, that's another podcast too.
Sorry, where are we at for 2026?
Oy.
But the leg under the rope. I do feel like I'll go back to what I've said for a long time. I feel like that if that's supposed to be a false finish for most referees, it's supposed to be a false finish. I think a lot of times people are scared to go off script. In other words, see something like that and say, hey, your foot's under the rope. And then let it just be, morphed into what it goes into. You know what I mean? Like, see what happens. Because Becky's smart enough. She's a veteran. She would probably, like you said, Jimmy, would play off of it that exact way. And I just think that that's nowadays what's missing a little bit with the referees, where I think the freedom is there. No one would have said a word to him if they went back and watched and went, well, no wonder he didn't count. Her leg was under the rope. But that's not the script. That's not what was told to him. You know what I mean? And I think they just go through with it. And nothing wrong with that. I mean, I guess at that point, but because normal fans aren't going to notice it like we are. But there was something there that was extra that could have actually happened or not happened. It doesn't matter. It also shows the authority that he has in himself that says, hey, no, your leg's under the rope. I can't count you. So, to me, it's just a lack of, I don't want to do that because I wasn't told to do that. And so I'm just going to go with the way it's supposed to be.
Right. It's no different than a shoulder being up and not counting when the shoulder's up.
It's
Same
really
thing.
not. Yep.
Legs out of bounds. Sorry, can't count. And point to it. Be emphatic. Say, nope, your leg right there under the bottom rope.
I've done it many times.
Just a little thing, I mean, like, did it hurt the match? No. I'm just saying this could have added nice little addition.
Right.
That's all.